just to start out, my pathway was, call it lucky. I mean, I put myself in a good position, but I was fortunate to be, 2, 3 years into my job, exactly where I thought I wanted to be 2, 3 years from then. So you normally are faced with that decision: should I go to business school? Should I go to a PE firm? And from my perspective, it's like, well, if I went to business school right now, I would want to come back and exactly have this seat. So why would I go to business school? So I'm a little bit of a different, a different animal from that perspective. I was fortunate to be in the seat that I wanted, and so for me it was actually kind of an easy decision to stick around at Goldman as long as I did. But my advice for people is, um, it's really about your career trajectory. Like, where do you want to see yourself, and then putting yourself in that position from a career perspective. Too often people, I got this advice a long time ago. I mean, too often people change jobs because they don't like the job. You got to think more about your career and less about your job. There's very few people in the world who like their job and like their career. Like LeBron James is a good example of somebody who likes both, probably. But most of us are either, stuck in a job that's fun, but maybe is a little bit dead end and not headed in the right direction, or in a job that's maybe challenging and there are things you don't like about it. But when you think about the career and where it's going to take you 5 years, 10 years from now, might be lucrative. And I guess the advice I would give on that front, Kashik, is to focus on the career element and less on the job element. And if you think you're in a seat where it's going to get you to where you want to be, then don't go jumping around. But if you think you're in a seat where you're not learning, you're not expanding your network, you're not having upward mobility opportunities, that's more when you want to start thinking about looking around.